Hey, what's up guys? Nils here. Welcome back to another video. So a couple of days ago I was actually live and a couple of you showed me guys a video of a person using double tinies and that this whole narrative of swing speed is capped and whatnot is a lie. So I actually was willing at the time to switch out my God 4 for a Tiny 5 just to check out the difference, and honestly guys, I'm lucky that I didn't do that because as you guys probably know by now, magic nerfs have been nerfed to the ground. Like, remember when I used to say that the Game Pass was actually one of the best Game Passes to get, like S tier Game Pass for endgame? Well, that is no longer a thing. Magic drops quite literally sucks right now. It has been nerfed so much that it's not even worth like bothering to farm anymore. Like it's really not. So I'm lucky enough that I didn't like waste my God 4 because it's the only God 4 that I have. And like even when we swap out those enchants next update, those weapons rather, we're still gonna save them for damage purposes, right? Because God is still your best damage enchant. Anyway, back to the topic. So I decided to do a little bit of testing yesterday, which by the way, I don't know what's been going on. Third day today, I've only seen 2 corruptions and 1 blood moon. Luckily, I managed to catch a corruption yesterday, so I did end up like testing a couple of stuff. And you're gonna see now guys numerically, while even though like this thing might not be accurate. So basically what the guy at the video did was basically he just had a God 3 equipped on his main weapon, and God 3, as you guys can see, gives you 50% swing speed, and then he equipped a Tiny 3 and a Tiny 4, I believe, or something like that. So, let's see, do I have a Tiny 4? I think I do have a Tiny 4 somewhere. There we go, there's your Tiny 4. So Tiny 4 gives like 75 swing speed, and Tiny 3 gives 60 or something swing speed. So basically, you're above 100%, right? And if the whole narrative of is sword speed capped is true, you would technically lose power when you equip the 4 instead of the 3, right? Because you lose more power from Tiny, from the negative. But at the same time, you don't get any speed. Anyway, so what this guy proved is that the sword speed cap is a lie. Now, his damage, his power per second obviously went up comparing Tiny 3 with Tiny 4. But what people have been like translating this into, is this thing better than God 3, God 2, or whatever? And here's the answer. No, it's not. Like, God gives you so much power as opposed to the negative like effect of a Tiny that it's like the gap is just too big. And I actually went ahead and did a couple of tests yesterday, which I'll show you in a second, just to prove my point. Yeah, so let me see. Let's see. So Tiny 5 gives you 30% less power, right? While a God 3 gives you 66% more power. So that is literally 96% more power difference. Now, power, while may not show here, like the enchant factors do not show here. This is just the flat like power gains from your weapons. It does affect both weapons apparently. It's been changed recently. That's why power is like decent again, and it's not just about like swing speed. So we're talking about 96% power here on your weapons, and like that gap alone just ends up making your enchant not viable. Like, God is just too good, even at the God 3. So anyway, I'm just gonna roll here with a clip that I did last night testing, and you guys are gonna see what I'm talking about numerically as well. Alright, so for this experiment here, we're actually gonna be using weaker weapons, as I don't really have any of the last map secrets to use them, but it doesn't really matter. Technically, it would probably even like help the Tiny more because the weapon is weaker. But anyway, so you see here, I equip a weapon without a single enchant, and my power is somewhere around 12.5 VG, right? That is a completely like naked enchant without anything into it. Now, I'm gonna equip the God 3, same exact weapon with God 3, and you see that my power is just like instantly raising. It's already doubled, 25, 26, it's going higher even. And there we go, we're almost at 30, right? 28 to 29. Well, it touched 30, but now it's bumped out to 28.5. So let's just say that our power is at 28.5. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna use this Tiny 5, and I'm gonna transfer it into the same exact weapon, and we're gonna equip Tiny 5 instead, right? So our power is like 28.5 on average, and let's equip this Tiny 5 right here. And you see that the power is like instantly just dropping already. So Tiny 5 gives 90% speed, which is really good, but you do have the drawback from all that power that you actually lose. And you see here that the power is pretty much down to 19 to 20-ish. Now, if you remember, when we actually used the naked weapon, we actually had a 12 power. But anyway, so I'm gonna use a weapon with God 2 even. And you see that even God 2 pretty much outshines the weapon. Now, in terms of stats, the weapon is slightly better, but that doesn't really matter. And you see here our power's up. It's even going up to 28, so it's almost catching up to God 3. And I think that's because the weapon is slightly better, but it doesn't matter. This should pretty much show you that like God 2 is even better than Tiny 5, in theory. The difference between the weapons is really small. And there you go. You see with the Tiny 3 again, it's going up. Like it's going up to 29, but it doesn't go higher. And yeah, if I put the Tiny 5 again, it's just gonna die. Like it's really just gonna die. Now, the base was 12, so you can kind of do the math, how much the enchant actually affects our total power. So we will go from 12 to 20 with the Tiny 5, to 28, 29 with God 2 and God 3. So the difference is pretty big. There you go. We actually have this godlike now, which is kind of ruining our plans right now. But yeah, regardless, I hope that this actually pretty much just clarifies regarding the enchants and how much each of them give. So I think this would pretty much just sum it up to you guys that God is the best enchant. Now, there is a big problem at hand. So God was kind of easy to farm for the most part. Like God 3 was relatively an easy enchant to farm in the past with this game pass right here, magic drops. Now the issue is that magic drops have been nerfed. When I say to the ground, it doesn't even like captivate how big of a nerf this thing has been hit with. Like the game pass is just not worth its Robux anymore. It is extremely hard to get God enchants now, and even if you get a God enchant, it's probably gonna be like God 1 or God 2, which yeah, it's just pretty frustrating. So in the past, I would say that this is one of the best like end game game passes. If you want to play end game, you must have it. Now, I would just say save your Robux, honestly, because it's been just way too much nerfed. Now, we'll see what they're doing with the enchants in the next update. I've been saying for quite a while now that enchants do need a rework. Maybe there is balance changes and whatnot. And yeah, potentially, if you watched the video that I posted earlier today, I have a feeling that pet enchants are coming. As I said, I haven't really checked the actual way that that poll was phrased, but from what I was like told, that's what I understood, that we are getting pet enchants, and if people would like to see limit breaker pet enchants. So yeah, I have honestly no idea, but I hope for some sort of rework on the enchants, because yeah, like farming God now with magic drops is extremely hard. Honestly, that might kind of reflect the difficulty to the machine, which is like 1 in 10,000 rolls. But then again, I don't know. Yeah, Tiny is probably still the best option in the meantime, unless you have like a very high level powerful. You might just want to be playing 1-on-1. I don't know how things will balance out, but nonetheless, like God 3, God 2 are still gonna be your go-to enchants. So if you have them, save them and don't use them on like random weapons. Trust me guys, even God 2s are now pretty valuable after the nerfs. So yeah, you should just keep an eye out for them, just save them if you have them. And if you were one of those people that actually went out of their way and farmed plenty of them, that has been probably giving you insane value right now, considering you just cannot find them anymore and they're extremely hard to get. But yeah, anyway guys, that was pretty much it for this video. I hope it kind of answers your question that a lot of people have in regards to engines. But yeah, anyway, as always, if you guys have enjoyed the video, make sure to click the like and subscribe button down below, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow with the update. Take care.